Hey, hello guys, it's the King of Destiny here. Hope you guys are still tuning in. You're still subscribing and you're still watching and you're keeping up with the episodes that I'm shooting out here and I'm giving them to you raw. What do they say? Giving them to you raw and cut. Yeah. So guys, this episode I'm going to be talking about mental health and uh, sex in terms of sexual relationships and stuff like that. So where did I left leave or leave where I left from, where did I leave out from, or where was I? Yeah, welcome to my stories. uh, If you haven't subscribed again, make sure you subscribe. This is a channel where I talk about my life and experiences I've gone through, and also talking about God and what I've been through, and also Jesus Christ because He's the King of the world. So let me start by saying, uh, okay, now in this episode, like I said, I'm going to be talking about sexual relationships and mental health. So it's 2 years now. I'm almost getting to my 2 years in my campus in KU in Kenyatta University. So it's now been 2 years long, and those 2 years, let me tell you guys, they felt like they just went by. At the time, I never used to think about time like that. I used to just live like that. You all know by the previous episodes, like what I've been sharing with you guys about how the things have been and how things have gone in terms of uh, in terms of how fun and everything else that I've been having. So now it's in 2 years' time. Campus is becoming hectic because guess what? I forgot some things. I forgot myself and I lost myself in these activities that I've been doing. So instead of sitting down and thinking about them, this is what happens. I go I get back with my high school friends. This is like the second year coming to a close, and then we hung out. I remember I went to this place. We were going to Runda. I don't know whether there are people, my parents know this. Let me just say that. I don't think I've ever told them that, but it's about time that these things get out there. I used to go to Runda those days, guys, and Runda was something else. It was at the time I used to be like, wow, this is it shocks me. Like this is a really nice place, and Runda was like, it was just those places where you go, you're like, wow, I'd really like to own a place like this or a house like this one day. But you're not thinking that probably these people who are here, of course, they have worked for it and they have done their things so that they get there. But it's life. So everybody, however they have earned it, they have earned it. So I was amazed when I went to Runda. It was It was one of the things that I can't explain it to you guys and tell you how it felt. It was this house. We used to call her Lubna. She was a white girl. She studied in Roslyn Academy, and she was something else. She was That's where we used to go. Like most of the time after around my second year, I used to get out of class, then meet with my high school friends, and then we go to her place. We used to go and have fun there. Shout out to like Mike and those were the high school friends I used to go with, Mike and Akina Anderson and John, and shout out to those guys. We used to go there. So I remember there was this house party that we went. It was at almost at night. It was at night actually. So we went, and there was so much fun that we had at that particular time. And I remember asking myself, like, what am I doing in this place? Like, instead of dealing with whatever I'm doing, mind you, I'm still in campus and I'm having too much fun. And instead of like sitting down and asking myself, like, what am I really doing? And I never had that. I never asked myself that. I asked myself, okay, I did, but I never asked myself in a magnitude of like changing. It was just one of those moments where like, what am I doing? So in that place, house party, we did so many things. We were just okay. People, you know how people are getting drunk and things like that. You know how people are when they're in high school or house parties in Runda. Like you guys know how things are when you go to house parties like that. I'm not saying every house party like you go to Runda, people have to drink, but at the time we used to have engaged in that sort of fun. So my mental health, guys, was being affected, and I never used to think about it. I used to just stay there and just go with the wave, as they say, go with the wave of life, thinking that that's the way life is supposed to be. So I did that. I was engaging myself so much. I never thought about it until that one night I was thinking about my mental health, and I was thinking, what am I doing? But this place, why am I in this place? It's dope and everything is going well. It's amazing. It's superb, and but it's not exactly what you would call a cup of tea in terms of you'd rather do things first for yourself and then engage in fun activities later. And I never used to ask my friends how they're dealing with things. I just used to ride in my own wave at that particular time. So I did that without caring about my mental health. And that's the first time it hit me that I need to like care about what I'm doing. But it was like a wow moment, like wow, I'm not thinking about my mental health or what I'm doing. I'm just thinking about fun, and it was not the best. So guys, I will tell you this: if you're dealing with activities with people and you find yourself in places where you're actually like amazed or it's out of your normal environment, because that was out of my normal environment, just make sure that you're dealing with your mental health in a good way. In a good way. So just, how will I say this? Make sure you have your mental health in check. Make sure that you're not asking yourself those questions, because those questions are too much. And mind you, if I was praying at that particular time, I guess even that time I was not praying. So if I was praying, it would have been even better, because because I will do what? I will probably pray, and I will take a break to pray, because I'll keep insisting praying is something that's very important, guys. So don't hesitate to pray when you find yourself also in certain situations like that. So that was my mental health all about that. Engaging in activities in Runda. We used to go to Runda so much, and at that time, my head used to be, I never used to think like, wow, let me study so that I be okay. I never used to think like that. It used to be like, ooh, this is Runda. So that was that. So the other thing is sex. Guys, if there's one thing I want to tell you about sex is, so sexual relations. This is something that I will tell you guys that it can really disturb uh, you at that particular age in time when you're growing up as a man. I don't know about other people, but for me, it was something that I was struggling with in a way. But one thing I'm proud of, and I like to tell my dad and my mom and whoever is watching, one thing I'm proud of myself is I've never been in such a situation where I'm so tempted that I lose myself because of sexual relationships. uh, I That's one thing I'm proud of myself, and my my habits might say otherwise at that particular time. But the good thing is I never used to engage in sexual relationships like that. So I will tell you guys about the temptations that were there. I had so much temptations. The temptations were crazy, they were insane. You can imagine, for those who know how to, like, going around house parties and like that, and there are things that happen in those house parties that are not exactly how how the real world should function. So there was so many temptations I had when going to those house parties and being with my friends like from high school. But I remember I always used to tell myself that, I'm not going to do it. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in the right way. Not sex, but if it's somebody, I'm going to engage in them. I'm going to get to know them first. And they'll become my someone to be with. They'll become my girlfriend. But not just going in and just doing things just like that, just because you're in a house party. So, guys, make sure you're also keen to take care of the sexual relationships. I don't know about women so much. All I know is that when you're a guy at that particular stage, it's not usually easy. It's usually a temptation that comes in, and there are so many temptations that come around around environments like that as a guy. Because we used to talk about these things, and I can proudly say that in terms of my sexual life, I'm where I'm at, and I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm glad with where I'm at. I still have no problems in that area. I still try to keep my sanity in that area and everything that I'm supposed to do in that area. So make sure that you're keeping your sexual act in the correct time, because you can easily lose yourself, especially as a guy. You can easily go into thinking that that's the only thing that you can do, or thinking get for it to get so much into your head until you forget what you're supposed to be doing. So guys, make sure that that's not the case. Make sure you stand up. You're all gentlemen, you're all men. If you just tell yourself that, and you're going to control any sexual urge and any urges that come. So that was my life when I was in campus, and that was how my second year was. And mind you, I'm telling you all this, and I was still in school, and I'm still trying to figure out about life, because you can see it was not such a good life. Around that time, I was really struggling with myself and to get to know things about myself that and things that I'm supposed to do at that particular time. And I never used to think so much. And like the way I'm right now, I'm so engaged in thinking about life and thinking about my future, and also trying to think one day at a time, though, without hasting, because you cannot haste. Time goes how it goes. At the same time, you need to be doing things at the same time. So, yeah, that is how I live my life. So, guys, my mental health and my sexual life and how you're supposed to deal with it. That's my token for that. That's how I can tell you I live my life at that particular time. So, guys, please do make sure that when you're dealing with engaging in activities that are not from around the norm that you have, be careful with your mental health, and also uh, don't lose yourself as a guy, even as a woman or whoever you are. Don't lose yourself. Make sure that you know what you're doing in terms of your sexual relationships, and sexual life, so that you don't fall into a trap that you probably will regret later, or it's going to feel like it's not the one. So yes, that's the episode that I have for you. I know probably this is also another short episode, but I hope you all get something out of what I'm saying, and I hope you relate to it one way or another. Get your mental health right, get your sexual acts right, don't lose yourself, and when you're with around people, you're going to find it easy being yourself at the end of the day, and not losing yourself and doing things in a way that you don't even understand yourself. So at the end of the day, this is this is where I say I'm going to stop this episode, and I hope you all get something to do with it, and make sure you guys pray. I'll never stop saying that in the episode. I hope you guys are out there, you're praying, you're doing your thing. Even when you're doing your thing, make sure you put God first. Always make sure that you pray, whether you're Christian, a Muslim, whichever religion you come from. Make sure you put God first. Make sure you praying, you're doing the things according to how you're supposed to do them in your religion. First put your true religion first, and then the rest is going to work out at the end of the day, because that's how I believe that's how I live nowadays, knowing that at least my prayer life is okay, and the things I'm doing, not lying to myself, and the things I'm doing are going to be okay. So yeah, that's the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed to watch this episode. I hope you guys relate to my stories and know, at least get one or two things that you're doing, and try to at least adjust if you're in that situation, or just ride along with me with these stories, and I'll appreciate you guys so much. Keep tuning in, keep the subscription, or share my stories. And at the end of the day, it's all about helping each other, and it's all about knowing how to live in this life and enjoying the ride, because it's like a long ride in life. It's like a ride, so we are, like I always say, we're in this together. So do okay, subscribe and share these stories, and at the end of the day, yeah, just make sure you're doing what is right. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.